Hello, I'm Mijin. So Vicky told me to tell you guys about what I do. I'm studying animation, and what I mean by animation is that I'm learning how to create 2D, 3D cartoons that you see on TV. Well, animation also includes stuff like stop motion, like this. Basically, I took a few hundred photos and then I strung them together and I threw in some music. Now, for school, we also tried doing a rotoscoping animation like this. You can also find animation used in other areas like doodles in documentaries, editing mistakes in films, or creating movie effects. I don't want to scare you off, but animation is difficult. Okay, not because it's hard to learn, it's actually really fun to create something from nothing and show people what you visualize in your head. The challenge is probably how tedious the process is. That's why a big animation project is usually produced in parts. So, how tedious is tedious? Now, let me give you an example in traditional 2D animation. Okay, we'll be doing some math. In every 1 second, you have 24 frames, sometimes 25 or even 30 frames. So, for each second on screen, if you multiply that by 24, you'll know how many drawings you actually require for an animation project. So, this is something that you'll definitely try if you go to school for animation. And, well, it's actually probably only what you'll be made to do for one module, just so that you can understand the concept of time. Well, so like I said, traditional 2D animation isn't the only type of animation. You could still do 2D, but digitally, with programs like After Effects and Photoshop. So, for example, I recently finished a summer internship, and one of the things I had to do was to animate illustrations by other artists. So, this is a short clip to show you what I mean. Well, I don't know if some of you have the misconception that digital animation is easy. Maybe you think that all that's needed is some clicking, throw in some cool music, export a video, then you upload to Instagram and wait around for likes. Well, it's really not that easy. Let me show you a class assignment I did in a program called Maya. So it's a 3D project, and I want you guys to take note of the primary action, which is the main movement, and then all the subtle movements that come after each main movement. These are called the secondary and tertiary movements.
Hi, Mr. Burnett. I'm Reggie.
What you doing here?
I came to take out Megan.
What?
I came to take out Megan.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Burnett.
My point is that animation is not easy work. No one type of animation is easier than the other. Some of you may not be interested in some types of animation, just like how 3D animation makes me want to smash the computer because the program keeps crashing on me. And guess what? It crashes when I press save. Some of you may not be interested in traditional 2D animation because you think, I cannot draw. Well, I didn't go into animation being able to draw well. My friends had art backgrounds, they did animation or design in poly, or else they studied art in secondary school or JC. I was writing history and literature essays, and I did not draw in my free time. But that's what you go to school for. They teach you and you learn along the way. When you go to school for something like animation, you pick up different types of animation techniques, and then it's up to you to find out what you like. So, going to school is for exposure, understanding concepts and technique, and also to get critique from your professors. It's the same thing with visual communications, photography, or any other kind of majors in art or in any field. Just like going to school right now. You have to try math, you have to try science, you have to do English, and then you find out maybe you kind of like math or maybe you don't. Maybe you only like certain topics. So when I go to school, I get to try so many different techniques, different types of machines, and find out for myself what I really enjoy in a very practical sense. Meaning, do I really have that patience to draw 24 frames per second? Or like when I'm forced to do storyboarding class, I find out whether do I really have that creativity to spin a story and be a storyboard artist? And also, what type of stories do I like? And if I don't like storyboarding, then do I like digitally animating according to a storyboard? And also, what do I even want to animate? Do I want to do a cartoon? Or do I like to do publicity videos or infographics? The thing is that at the end of the day, don't tell yourself that you cannot. Don't say that you cannot draw so you won't be an artist. Even something like drawing, it takes practice. Definitely there are some people who are naturally better at certain things, like maybe color combination. But something like drawing, for example, it's a skill. It's a skill and therefore you are able to pick it up by practice. A lot of what I learn is self-taught. You can do it through YouTube tutorials. Okay, maybe some of you make this mistake that I have, which is I've always felt that I need a live demonstration in order for me to absorb. But it's just like getting a good teacher who fits you. You have to find the right tutorial that can help you learn. So never stop trying, because it's when you stop trying that you fail. I wish you all good luck, and don't give up on your dreams easily.